Hey, Punky's Pro Wrestling. Okay, I have some wrestling news. A whole page of it. A big page, like legal size page. Remember when these were yellow? I also remember when the school would make you use yellow paper instead of white because it was less expensive. Yeah, they really did that when I was little. For whatever reason, the white paper was more expensive. Anyway, and I'm not talking about legal paper. I'm talking about, paper half this size, like right there. Anyway, so let's get started. Hulk Hogan, 4-part docuseries on Netflix. I no longer have Netflix. However, I've heard some good reviews on it. And overall, they say it's good, but a lot of things were left out. I know his daughter's a little unhappy because a lot of things were left out. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I also learned watching a doctor that I like to watch on YouTube when he went over Hogan's death and the leukemia that they found that had his daughter scratching her head. He explained. He said that type of leukemia, CLL, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, can hide. He said he may not have known in life that he had it. So she may very well have seen his blood work and nobody recognized it because it tends to hide out. So that explains that. Anyway, that was not in the documentary. That was just something that I saw. Like I said, I guess the documentary left some things out, but you would expect it because WWE made it in conjunction with Netflix. If it was just made like Dark Side of the Ring on Hogan, which I would love to see, you'd get more information, I think, from more people because because they wouldn't have the constraints of the WWE. So but that won't happen because Nick's in with the WWE, so unless they did it without Nick. But I'm not sure that his daughter would participate either, so she was on Bubba the Love Sponge and talked about it. Haven't heard that yet. Don't know if I will bother. Anyway, the next bit of news, Noam Dar is in NXT. For those of you who don't know who that is, that sounded funny. Who that is. That's what I said in the first place. Anyway, he's awesome. He was in TNA. He's been all over the place, really. He's a little older now, but is absolutely incredible and should be in the main roster with his experience level and how good he is. Like I said, TNA, Ring of Honor, all kinds of places with AJ, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, all the big guys. And he was a top X Division guy. I mean, he really deserves more, in my opinion. But I'm glad at least he's getting a foot in the door. But he is older. He's in his 40s. Got to be about AJ's age. Maybe not. He might be a little younger. He might be 40-ish, like a little over 40. But anyway, so do check him out, because he's amazing. The New Day leaves WWE. This has been all over the place. TKO wanted them to take a whopping 50% pay cut, which is exactly the reason that AJ Styles left TNA. A bunch of guys and gals, I guess, agreed to take the agreed to accept the hatchet to their paycheck. For whatever reason, and New Day said, no! Hell no! Which was probably the right thing to do for Xavier and Kofi. They can finish out their careers in AEW. They have so much talent, so much charisma, you know, in-ring ability, mic ability, that they'll thrive anywhere that they go. So, I don't think Kofi's ever been anywhere else, but Xavier Woods, of course, was in TNA. But TNA is with WWE, so they probably won't go there. So they'll probably end up in AEW. Matter of fact, I heard... I read somewhere they may have signed with AEW. Again, no compete clause, I'm sure. So you won't see them right away. Chelsea Green is out. She had a heart procedure, which appears to be a catheter ablation, because she had supraventricular tachycardia. Her heart went up to 228 beats resting. She's also finishing up healing an ankle injury. She'll be back soon. Now, I want to talk to you about some passings that haven't gone... Oh, before I do that, other releases. Tonga Loa. Kensuke Nakamura. JC Mateo, aka Jeff Cobb. He hasn't even been there a year. Okay. Now, some passings that weren't really talked about at all from this year. Van Hammer from WCW. His cause of death is still pending. He was 66 years old. Anybody remember Van Hammer? I sure do. Bobby Duncombe Jr., 81. Colonel De Beers, also in his 80s, died in January. Bob Caudle, 95 years old. He needs his own video. I need to write a biography on him and do his own wrestler passing video. Well, he's a commentator, but he was the voice of a lot of my childhood wrestling, so I do need to do a separate video on him. But yeah, I wanted to mention those passings because they didn't make big news on all the wrestling pages and stuff. I just found them. So... yeah. And camera update, it will be here anytime. So, this is camera number 2. It better work. I have my card right here. Gotta make sure that that's empty too. And if you want to see the camera and go over it with me, check out Punky's World, because I will have a video over there as well as a genealogy video over there. So, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go enjoy my meal. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. The fact that I was able to get a meal downtown because the place I practically grew up in was actually open today. They're usually only open on Fridays, and like the week before Thanksgiving for a turkey dinner, which I always get. But today was chicken pot pie day. So I went over to the bank, got some money, and got some chicken pot pie. So the leftover sloppy joe sauce from yesterday that I thawed and reheated, that's in the fridge, covered over, will be for tomorrow when I get back from my appointment. I have to take my new blood pressure pill to see how it makes me feel. And if it makes me feel really off, then I will not go to Bible study. So it just depends on how it makes me feel, you know? Oh, anyway. Thank you so much. God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.